Hello everyone, my name is Hassam, and in this lesson we're gonna cover number 2 of this packet that we have, which is surface winds calculation, the headwinds and the crosswind components. So we are going to go to this section. With help of this table right here, we're gonna find out our crosswind and our headwind components. So why is it important for us to find out headwind and crosswind components? As good pilot, you always want to face the wind as close as possible when you take off and you land. So it's not only maximizes your performance and makes you become airborne or land quicker, and it's safer for you to take off through a headwind and have as less as crosswind component as it might be. So today we are working on John Wayne Airport. So we got the METAR from aviationweather.com, and our winds are coming from 190 at 18 knots, and we are about to choose a runway. So this chart will help us to choose our runways. Which runway does have the least number or the minimum degree of like crosswind. So if you look at this chart, I'm going to explain this chart's component a little bit more further, and then we come back here and we find out which runway we are going to choose, and also what is our gradient of that runway. So let's look at here. If you look at this chart like this, you always want to take off into the wind. So these yellow lines that you see here, these are the angles of the wind. So if we have 0 angle between our runway and the wind that is coming at us, it's going to be 0 degrees. So we have no crosswind. It's just only we have only headwind. If we have a 10 knots of wind, we have this much of suppose if we have like 35 knots, so we have this much of headwind, and then we have 5 knots of crosswind. So these yellow lines represent the angles of the wind, between the wind direction and the runway, and these blue lines represent the velocity or the intensity of the total wind that's coming from to us. So this is 60 knots, 55 knots, and all the way down to 15, 10, and finally 0. So let's go back here. So we know that this is the John Wayne diagram, the airport diagram. Today's wind is reported at 190. So 190, if you imagine this red bar is the actually the wind. So we can see that the winds are coming from southerly, like right here. So this is our wind that's coming from 190. So I'm going to drag this and put it on the runways, and you can see what is the angle between our runway and the wind. So if you want to face the wind, the best runway that we can choose is 20 left, or 20 right, because it has the least amount of deflection between the wind direction and the runway heading. As we know, the runway's numbers are magnetic numbers. So runway 20, the magnetic number for runway 20 is 200, and we find the difference between the angle of the wind that is coming at us. So 190, we take the difference, we have only 10 degrees. So we come here, we find our 10-degree deflection, it's right there, and we want to find how much crosswind and how much headwind we have. So we start from here, we go all the way to 10 degrees, and the velocity of that wind, it's actually I forgot, the velocity of that wind is reported as right here, 18 knots right there. So we're gonna go all the way up. We find 18 knots. This is 20. So this is 20 knot, this is 15 knot. So this is the arc of 20. All this here is 20. So we go to 10 degrees and we go to 18 knots, which is the velocity of the wind. So right there, and we go all the way down. This is our crosswind. So we finish up here, and then also we need our headwind. So if we go right there, that shows our headwind. Very good. So we have roughly about 18 knots of headwind and 3 knots of crosswind. So we read crosswind here in this horizontal line, and then the headwinds on this vertical line. So the best runway that we can choose, it's 20 left or 20 right, because they have the least amount of crosswind component. Thank you for watching.